Hi, Ben Short here from Personify Fitness, and I'm here with Laura Southey just to find out more about her story and to really focus on running for weight management.
Yeah.
So, Laura, tell us why you joined Personify Fitness. What did you want to achieve, and what was the reasons for joining Personify Fitness?
So I joined Personify Fitness because I was a bit overweight, wanted to start running. I literally couldn't run at all, and I was very conscious of my weight and my clothes. So I spoke to you, and we got a plan in place, basically.
Amazing. And did you run beforehand? Did you run much?
No, I'd never ran before. I thought I could do it. I think I did an event. I think I did like Spartan with my friend, and I was like, oh, that'll be easy. It's only like a 5k or something, and I nearly died. So,
the obstacle race,
yeah.
And you found it really tough.
So I thought, no, I need to do something now, and I was really overweight, so it wasn't ideal. So this was something I needed to work on.
Okay, fantastic. And tell me more about, if you don't mind me asking, how much you weighed before approximately?
About 18.5 stone.
Okay, cool. Interesting stuff. So you've obviously been involved in Personify Fitness since, and tell me more about what you've achieved being in Personify Fitness more recently.
So I have ran a 5k in sub 30.
30 minutes, yeah.
10k just over an hour, and I've ran 3 or 4 half marathons.
Amazing. So you've gone from not being able to run pretty much for a bus,
yeah,
to being able to run half marathons, more than one. So three half marathons, 3 or 4 half marathons, and fantastic times from the 5 and the 10k.
Mm-hmm.
And you class yourself as a proper runner now.
Yeah,
which is a great feeling, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And what about, so you said you were overweight before, that you feel that you've done it. Have you lost much weight to get to here?
Yeah, I've lost over 5 stone to get here.
Wow, Laura, just to check that's over 5 stone.
Yeah.
And how do you feel that's impacted your everyday life?
I used to struggle on days out because it was just so much effort to do anything. Like if we went to London, I'd get there and we hadn't even done anything yet, and it was just exhausting. So just carrying that extra weight was just so much hard work, and exercising was hard work. So now I just feel so much better in myself. I've got so much more energy. I'm just enjoying life a lot more. So.
Amazing. That's really, really cool. So the purpose of this video really is to help individuals that maybe are coming from that background,
yeah,
who were where you started with Personify Fitness, and give them an understanding of how to get to where you are now. And I know you're not done, right?
No.
You've got a lot more to go
Yeah.
from. I love that. And having that drive and that just need, because there's going to be people there that are finding everyday life just a tough struggle. They're going to not really feel too confident in their own skin.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that was where you were before?
Yeah, definitely. Clothes weren't fitting too well, wasn't very happy, wasn't very confident. You knew me even 2 years ago. I wouldn't have done this, I wasn't confident. So now I'm in a much better place. So.
And did it come off like that? Did it come off overnight?
No, not at all. This has been a probably 3 or 4 year process of moving forwards in so many different angles and aspects, physically and mentally, not just physical stuff.
Lovely. So awesome. So it is a step-by-step process.
Yeah.
It is about the consistency, and it's
Yeah.
about going from those. So let's share some of the top tips that you've got for individuals that are looking to achieve that. So what was the first thing you did on the Personified Fitness? Was it working on hydration? What did you do?
Yeah,
first
so
of all?
it was, I used to drink a lot of coffee and tea. I didn't drink any water, so water was like a main thing. I added that in, at least 2 to 3 litres a day.
Okay.
And then Greg's used to be my favourite pit stop.
Yeah. For snacks, for
anything,
for food.
breakfast,
Yeah.
lunch. So now, no Greg's, and just cutting out any sugary snacks.
Do you miss it? Do you miss Greg's?
No, not really.
Isn't that mad? At the time, was it really hard to change it around?
Yeah, of course. And I spent the first 2 weeks with like a really horrible headache, but I can tell you now it goes. And yeah, it's just, you have to stick with it, and it's the best thing you'll do, honestly.
So awesome. So people might not be choosing actual Greg's themselves. It could be another sort of avenue. It could be just that typical meal deal that they grab at lunch.
Yeah.
So it's all about actually making a change to enforce a
Yep.
change, right?
Yep.
We've got ducks joining us here, guys, just to cheer you on and talk about listen to those as well. So a bit of fun. The key things, first of all, so you were drinking a lot of caffeine. You weren't having much hydration. You switched on your water. What did you notice? Things like cravings.
Yeah, the cravings stopped actually. I didn't want the sugary stuff, and I just felt better. I started to notice I had a lot more energy and wanted to do a lot more, and just started to really want to exercise and just started to enjoy life a lot more.
Lovely. So for the purpose of anyone who's watching this, guys, if you are having lots of caffeine at the moment and you may be not drinking much of the hydration, the reason, the science behind that is that hunger and dehydration have very similar symptoms. So that when you're often dehydrated, your body often thinks that it's hungry and it goes to the cupboard, looks into the cupboard for snacks. It actually throws them in the face, as we call it here at Personify Fitness, puts them in the face, and then you still haven't actually dealt with that dehydration. In fact, carbs make you potentially more dehydrated, your biscuits, your snacks, your crisps and so forth. And then you go back to that cupboard to find that satisfaction to deal with that, what you think is hunger, but actually it's that dehydration. So then what happens is we gain the extra calories that over time increases weight and makes you feel uncomfortable in your own skin, Laura, makes you get to a place where energy and just going to London for the day is really tough. You can't enjoy life like Laura's enjoying it a lot more now. And that's the key. So what we look to do is we look to combat that with a solution, and in Personify Fitness it's very simple. We take the emotion out and we just replace it with clear key areas and solutions. Laura, you also mentioned a bit about cravings reducing and then you not having as much sugar. Did you notice that when you reduce those types of snacks that it was easier to deal with, not having regular snacks that were high in carbs or high in sugar?
Yeah, definitely. It was a lot easier, and I was sort of heading for the fruit bowl rather than the cupboard, and just coping a lot better. Like I said, the hunger does at the beginning, you think, oh god, I'm really hungry, but after a couple of weeks it settles down and you're actually not hungry.
As quick as that, it just, your body's
yeah, and you've got your water there. Just all I'd say is just keep one with you and just sip away throughout the day. Don't take big gulps, and just have it with you all the time.
So making those snack swaps, going from the Greggs, the biscuits, the cakes, the so on and so forth, and actually still having those foods, because at the end of the day they're nice, right? But just having them as in a moderation rather than more regularly, and replacing it with food that is less calorific and focus on those. Brilliant. You mentioned about exercise and obviously making fantastic progressions in running. Did you notice by dropping the weight that actually helped with running?
Definitely, it made it so much easier. When I started running, it was really hard work and it was exhausting, and as I lost the weight it just started to become easier, started to get faster, started to get less niggles, everything just started to click in more.
Amazing, amazing. So by having less weight you can actually move faster forwards. You could run for longer. Did your breathing feel easier?
Yeah, a lot easier.
And running was almost like, well, going from not running to be able to run.
Exactly. And I never thought I'd run a half marathon. So.
Or three, right? 3 or 4, yeah. So,
yeah.
And like I say, more moving forwards as well, which is great. So that's brilliant. So a couple of key bits to point out and to work with. Is there any sort of top tips that you'd say that you'd add to that you feel that that can keep you consistent with either measuring weight or just accountable to the process? So did you measure weight every day, for example?
No, I did it sort of once a week, either at home or when I checked in with you. And then just don't feel bad on yourself. Like if you haven't lost weight that next week, just keep going with it, and then just set yourself mini goals, and if you do want that little treat, have that little treat, but only have one of it rather than 6.
Amazing. So to wrap that up, guys, Laura, absolutely brilliant story and incredible. Laura's gone from having low energy, not being able to run, and just being 5 stone heavier than she is now, to losing 5 stone, to having more energy, feeling in a really good place, and being able to run multitude of half marathons. And how she's done that is 5 clear ways. So Laura's detailed here that you have reduced the caffeine intake and replaced with water and hydration, which has meant that she's having less cravings. As a result, she's reduced the calories through her snacks that used to be high dense calories and Greggs and so on and so forth, to fruit and easier calories to go for, because she doesn't have that issue with the hydration and so forth. There's number 2. Number 3 is she's made herself accountable to the process. She stayed consistent, hasn't weighed herself every single day, but she's taken measurements and so forth. I know we do like body fat, and we actually take physical measurements and size rather than just the weight. And she's done it once a week rather than all the time to really compare and see how that goes. And on top of that, she's got into her training, she's found running's easier and allowed with Personify Fitness clear direction. So if you're looking for direction, if you're looking for accountability, and you're looking for a bit more detail on how we can personalize that to you, Laura, myself would love to talk to you and to go further and find out a bit about weight management for runners, and specifically for you to increase your energy, get back in shape and feel great. Thanks for watching, and thank you for your story, Laura.
Thank you, Ben.
Keep moving forward to bring on the next stage. Cheers, guys.